My name is Dr. Arthur Voss. I am 60 Earth years old. I've seen 37 wars, lost count of the scars. I served 25 years as a frontline tactical officer with the Terran Vanguard initiative. Retired with more ghosts than medals. That's saying something. After the war with the Hollow Suns, I laid down my rifle and picked up something heavier, mines. I spent another 10 years earning my doctorate in xenotraumatic psychology at the Orion Ascendant University, the most prestigious institution in the known galaxy. Now, I serve here, aboard the U.S.H. Vanguard, not a warship anymore. We turned her into something rarer than armor, a sanctuary, a drifting monument in orbit over neutral space. We call it a haven. Soldiers from across the stars come here, broken, silent, haunted. All of them fought humans, and some lived to speak about it. Today I welcome a patient who has traveled far to reach us. A rock of the red halls. Please take a seat, recline. Let the chair adjust to your weight. Breathe deeply, yes, like that. In through your second lungs, if you prefer. We are not here to judge, only to remember and perhaps to heal. Let's begin at the beginning. Your name, your race, your rank, and then take me to the moment your war with humanity began. The moment everything changed.
I am Varrock, bloodborn of the Kor'nak High Forges, sub-commander of the 3rd Claw Division. I was bred for war, genetically shaped, culturally forged, mentally honed for conquest. The Kor'nak do not dream. We do not ponder. We execute. When the High Council declared humanity a Class 5 anomaly, aggressive, expanding, emotionally unstable, we were tasked with culling your frontier colonies. Precautionary defense, they called it. We believed it would be simple. It was not. My first deployment was to Idolin Reach, a human mining outpost clinging to the rim of an asteroid belt. Sparse defenses, mostly civilian engineers. We struck at orbital dawn, breached their perimeter in 5 minutes, took the outer sector in 7, but the humans didn't flee. They didn't hide. They dug in. Our sensors failed. The tunnels were deeper than anticipated, full of strange wiring, old mining shafts, heat signatures overlapping. Then came the first blast. Not from our side, theirs. A charge, rigged from their own oxygen processors, detonated under our lead assault unit. 3 warriors lost before we realized it wasn't sabotage. It was strategy. A miner, not a soldier, had turned the station into a death maze. His name was Juno Cade, a systems mechanic. He held the inner sanctum for 21 hours with 6 people and a fleet of repurposed welding drones. They used the drones to blind our visors with hot sparks, jammed our comms with low-frequency static from decommissioned broadcast towers. They knew our tech. When we breached the core finally, we found them all dead, not by our hand. They had sealed themselves in and released vacuum. Juno left a message scrawled on the bulkhead in his own blood. You'll never take Earth.
How did that make you feel?
It felt like madness. We could not comprehend it. No species had ever sacrificed itself simply to deny us victory. It was not just war. It was defiance as a creed. We returned to command with heavy losses and heavier questions. They sent us to a new front, a true military target. The Battle of Artemis 9, a forward command post deep in a gravity well. We deployed in full force. 6 claw battalions, support striders, Skyrend cannons. And again, they knew we were coming. This time, they didn't wait for us to land. They launched drones, old mining shuttles stuffed with explosives, into our approach vector. One tore through my squadron. I lost my wingmate, Jelha, in a burst of light. Her death scream still rattles in my skull. When we hit ground, we expected chaos. Instead, we found tactics. Human trenches looped in misleading spirals. Decoys everywhere. They whistled to signal attacks. Ancient, barbaric communication. But it worked. It worked. They moved like predators, not in formation, but as a pack. At one point, we cornered a small detachment. 4 humans, no heavy gear, no escape. One of them stood up, tossed his rifle. We thought he surrendered. He drew a knife, charged my lieutenant, and killed him.
Why?
I asked myself that as I watched the human die moments later, filled with plasma. His face was calm, as if he knew that death was just a page in the book, not the ending. After Artemis 9, we expected reinforcement, reorganization, a recalibration of our invasion protocols. Instead, we were ordered forward. High Command insisted the humans were fragmented, that what we'd witnessed was desperation, improvised madness. But I knew. I had seen it. This was not madness. It was method. They were not surviving. They were adapting. We moved toward Zephyr Canyon, a strategic terrain choke point. The humans had fallen back into the rocks. We assumed it was a last stand, a trap, perhaps. We underestimated what a last stand meant to a species like yours. The moment we crossed the pass, the cliffs came alive. Explosions didn't rain down from the sky. No, they rose up from the ground. Pre-buried charges detonating in sequence, designed to push us forward into kill zones. My division was scattered. I lost my orientation, stumbled alone into a crevice. That's when I saw her. A human sniper, crouched against the rock, face painted, breathing slow. She had me in her sights. I knew it. I raised my weapon, and she didn't shoot. Instead, she motioned, just 2 fingers, toward my left. I turned. A skirmisher, cloaked in camo, lunged at me. Another Kor'nak. He'd gone feral from fear, had lost his mind. I barely parried. He fell, dead. When I turned back, the human was gone. She saved me. A moment later, a flare burst in the sky. I was retrieved in the confusion, but I didn't tell them what I saw. I kept it, quietly. 3 days later, we encountered the Phantom Regiment. That's what they called themselves. Humans in black armor, marked not with rank, but names of the dead. They moved at night, left no footprints. They cut our lines, stole our weapons, replaced them with notes. Just one word: remember. One of our forward scouts, Hareth, he found a child's drawing pinned to his ration pack. It showed a Kor'nak and a human, standing on opposite sides of a broken blade. That night, he sat in silence, then removed his armor. He refused to fight again. He was executed by command. I said nothing. We finally fell back to the Ashen Valley, our last position. The humans didn't bombard us. They didn't storm the gates. They waited. We began to starve. One night, I saw movement at the perimeter. I approached in darkness, quiet, and there were packages, food, water, medical supplies, and a note. No one should die thirsty, even you. That broke me. That was the moment I knew. We were not fighting humans. We were fighting something greater. When they finally breached our walls, there was no roar, no glory, only silence. A squad of humans entered. No weapons raised, helmets off, eyes tired, but clear. Their commander, a woman named Colonel Adrian Mallory, walked up to me, looked me in the eye. She said, "You've seen enough, haven't you?" And I nodded. I didn't feel fear. I felt relief. I dropped my weapon. My knees followed. That was the first time I cried. Not from pain, not from defeat, from the sheer weight of mercy. They should have executed us, but they didn't. They brought us food, bandaged our wounded, buried our dead with honor. I watched humans carry Kor'nak corpses on their shoulders as if they had fallen comrades, not enemies, fallen soldiers. Later, I asked one of them, Private Chen, why? He looked at me and said, because you lost. But you don't have to be lost forever. That sentence rewired my understanding of everything. In our culture, defeat is erasure. In yours, defeat is beginning. I don't fear humans because you are strong. I fear you because you know when not to use that strength. Because you have turned sorrow into steel, grief into unity, and horror into healing. I fear you because I want to be more like you. I've lived half a life on the wrong side of truth, and yet, I was given another half. I sit here now, not as a soldier, but as a witness. If anyone hears this, Kor'nak or otherwise, know this. They fought harder than we imagined, killed faster than we could react, outthought, outmaneuvered, and outbled us. But it wasn't that which broke me. It was when they offered me water and said, come home.
Thank you, Varrock. That will be enough for today. Let this be the beginning, not the end.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe for more human supremacy Vanguard stories. We are a young channel and really appreciate your support in helping us to grow. Thank you.